Peace and all good. We are the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and we will be discussing about basketball. Starting off with its origin. Basketball began in 1891 and it was invented by James Naismith as being a less injury-prone sport than football. He was a 31-year-old graduate student when he created the sport, keeping players indoors during winter. The game became established quite quickly, and it grew very popular into the 20th century. It first became popular in America and then branched out to get more popularity in other corners of the world. As the game became established in colleges first, the professional game, what we know now as the NBL, soon followed. The NBA then became established in 1946 and grew into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise before the end of the 20th century. And as a result, the sport became an important part of the American culture.
The game of basketball was invented by James Naismith in 1981 in Springfield, Massachusetts, to condition athletes during the colder months. Naismith was a prior physical education instructor at YMCA International Training School, which is now Springfield College. At the request of his superior, he was tasked with creating an indoor sport that would help athletes to stay in shape during the cold weather. It originally consisted of pitch baskets and a soccer-type ball. He made 13 rules for his game and divided his class of 18 students into 2 teams of 9 players, and started teaching them the basics. The objective of his creation was to throw the basketball into the fruit baskets that were nailed to the lower railing of the gym's balcony. Each time a point would be scored, the game had to be paused so that the janitor could get the ladder to retrieve the ball. After some time, they finally removed the bottoms of the fruit baskets, having to retrieve the ball after each score was far from practical.
Gameplay. Basketball is a fast-paced game played between 2 teams of 5 players each on a rectangular court. The objective of the game is to score more points than the other team by shooting the ball through the opponent's hoop. So the team with the most points at the end of the game wins. A regulation of basketball game is divided into 4 quarters, each lasting 12 minutes. There is a short break between each quarter and a longer halftime break between the second and the third quarter.
Basic rules and regulations. First, players can only advance the ball by dribbling or passing it to a teammate. Second, once a player stops dribbling, they can only take 2 steps with the ball in their hands. Third, a player cannot be fouled, pushed, shoved, or grabbed while they are in the act of shooting. Fourth, a foul results in the opposing team being awarded free throws, which are uncontested shots from behind the foul line. The last one is a team has a limited time to advance the ball across the half court or in the midline of the court, and a limited time to shoot the ball after taking possession of it.
Equipments. First is a basketball. A basketball is a round inflated ball made of rubber or leather. Second, a basketball court. A basketball court is a rectangular floor with basket at each end. Third, a basketball hoop. A basketball hoop is a metal ring with a net attached to it.
These are some skills on playing basketball. First, dribbling. Dribbling is an act of bouncing the ball on the floor while moving. Second, passing. Passing is an act of throwing the ball to a teammate. There are many different kinds of passes, such as chest passes, bound passes, and overhead passes. Third, shooting. Shooting is an act of throwing the ball at the basket in an attempt to score points. There are many different kinds of shots, such as jump shot, layups, and free throws. Fourth, rebounding. Rebounding is an act of catching the ball after the missed shot. Rebounding is important because it gives a team a second chance to score points.
Officiating officials. Basketball games are officiated by 3 or 4 referees. The referees are responsible for calling fouls violations and out-of-bounds plays. They also keep track of the scores and the time remaining of the game.
Hand signals in basketball. 1. Stop clock. To stop the clock at any point in the game, the referee will raise one hand straight overhead with his palms facing out and fingertips pointed. 2. Start clock. Beginning with one hand raised above head, the start of the clock is indicated by dropping the raised hand directly towards the floor. 3. Full timeout. When an official wishes to signal for a full timeout, it is indicated by two arms spread to the sides forming a T shape. 4. 30-second timeout. To indicate a 30-second timeout has been called by one of the teams, the official will take both hands and place them on atop of his shoulders with his elbows out.
Jumpball. When both players have control over the ball at the same time, it is indicated by both thumbs pointing upwards with arms extended. Substitution. If a substitute player wishes to enter the game, it is indicated by having one hand facing at the timekeeper, raised in a stop manner, and other hand waving the substitute player into the game. Player control foul or charge. One hand on the back of the head and the other pointing in the opposite direction of the place indicates a charge call has been made. Hand check. When a player commits a hand check foul, it is assigned by having one arm extended in front of the chest with the fingers up and the other arm grabbing the wrist.
Blocking. If a defensive player commits a blocking foul, the official will have both hands in fists, touching his hips and his elbows in tight against his body. Holding. The holding signal is made by having one arm extended upwards in front of the face and the other hand grabbing the wrist. Pushing. To signal a pushing foul, the official will have both hands extended straight in front of him, with his palms facing upward. Intentional foul. When a player commits an intentional foul, the official will put both arms above his head and cross them.
Technical foul. To signal a technical foul has occurred, the referee will place both of his hands in front of him and put them in a formation of a letter T. Double foul. If two players has committed a foul at the same time, the referee will put both of his hands in wrist extended out towards the side. Illegal hand use. An illegal hand use foul is a signal by the official putting both of his hands in front of him at waist level and grabbing one of his wrists
with the other hand. Traveling. When a player has committed a traveling violation, the official will signal by placing both of his hands in front of him and moving them in a circle.
Carrying or palming. In order to signal a palming or carrying violation, the referee will have one hand at the side flip over from palm to palm down. The next is double dribble. The official will signal a double dribble violation has been committed by putting both hands in front of him with palms down and alternating them up and down as if dribbling a basketball. The next is 3 seconds. The official will indicate that a player has committed a 3-second violation by having 3 fingers raised at the hand, making a swiping motion back and forth. So by the way, if the referee signals a 3 seconds, instead of using these 3 fingers, the referee uses these 3 fingers instead. And the next is 5 seconds. So in the 5 seconds, in order to signal a 5-second violation, the official will have 5 fingers raised with an arm extended upward. And the next is the 10 seconds. So the 10-second violation is shown when the official has 10 fingers raised, both arms extended upwards.
Kicking the ball. When a player kicks the ball, the referee will have 1 foot raised in front. 2-point basket scored. When a 2-point basket is scored, the official will extend one arm parallel to the floor and point with 2 fingers. Three-point basket scored. The official will extend both arms directly upward with finger pointed to signify that the player has a score at 3-point basket. Counting. The referee indicates he is counting for a time violation by moving his hand back and forth from the middle of chest to straight in front continuously. Each movement represents 1 second.
Basket count. To indicate a basket count when a foul has also occurred, the referee will drop his hands from shoulder height directly down. Basket does not count to wave off a basket or indicate it does not count because a foul has occurred. The referee will start with both hands at the shoulder, elbow outs, and extend hands out directly toward the side. Bonus free throw. When a player at the free throw line is to be awarded a bonus free throw, the official will extend both of his arms out to his side, completely straight, and then move one up and down. Lane violation. If a player is shooting a free throw and a lane violation occurs, the referee will signal it by raising one of his arms out to his side and holding it there until the free throw is completed.
The formation of the FIBA. In the first decades of these sports, it was growing, but it didn't really have any real international organization. It required several petitions by basketball supporters for it to be included as an Olympic demonstration in 1900. However, this all changed in 1932 when the FIBA came into being. The work of the FIBA on the international game helped it to become an Olympic sport in 1936, which was then won by the US nation team. The inventor Naismith lived long enough to get to see the sport he created become a recognized Olympic sport 45 years after its invention.
How the basketball took the world by storm. Basketball got introduced to the rest of the world thanks to the US Army and the YMCA. Then in 1893, the first ever international basketball match was organized and the members took the game to India, Persia, China, and Japan. By 1900s, a majority of major colleges were fielding a team, and in 1905, formal collegiate rules were introduced for basketball. And in 1909, the NCAA took over the game for cool. The first ever NCAA tournament was held in 1939. The sport rapidly grew within its inventor's lifetime, and now we don't know what we would do without it.